and also the 9 and the... Boy, that was really rough. Oh, that's a good out throw. Nice 10 for Brad Given. Charlie SLAUNWHITE up now. He and his partner on a bit of a tear. 3 spares in a row. Charlie had one in the 4th. TONYA HOLT, spare in the 5th. 7 on it, and a spare in the 6th.
Charlie wants a good count on this one.
Yeah. And he counts pretty good. 7. Not a gimme though. 3, 6, and 7. Not a lot of wood.
Well,
Charlie cranks this one up. Well, you can see. Charlie, it wasn't even close. He was ready to. He's a that'll fall. Charlie says, I've been up under so much pressure in these matches. He's going to have some fun today. Of course, Charlie always has fun. Now to the other side, Charlie. You know, Charlie, just before he throws that bowling ball, gives it a little kiss, I think. You watch. Watch the style. See if we can pick this up here. Stay with him now. Stay with him. Did you see it? Stay with him again. Got to be quick to see it. Putting a mic over in that area, maybe you can pick it up. See? He thought I was kidding you. He even picked that up on the mic. We'll watch for that again, folks, but I'll tell you what, we got a good one happening here today. 2 frames per go, 2 to go per team. That's 2 frames per team to go to the halfway mark. Stick with us, won't you? And we'll be back to bring you more of the Frame Plus Art Mixed Candlepin Championship when we come back after this. We have just 2 frames to go to the halfway mark in our very first semifinal action in our Frame Plus Art Mix Candlepin Challenge. If you just joined us, Bruce Stephen along with Dave Wyman. And Dave, let's take a look at the numbers. After 8 frames now, getting a little more serious, 2 frames to go to the halfway mark, and there they are, and add them up. It shows our leader at 94 and open on a strike, Annette Tanner and Barry Soward, but that's only a little bit of the story.
Yep. A little bit of the story is TONYA and Charlie put together 3 spares and are now in 2nd spot. We found out a few things about Charlie along the way that we didn't know before. Jane Benedict and Brad Given are sitting in 3rd spot, and in 4th spot, Cynthia and Gordie sitting at 73.
That is the situation then. A couple of frames to go to the half. Let's get Annette Tanner up on the lanes. She's open on the strike that her partner, Barry Soward, put up, and with that he wins the case of Coke. And now let's see if Annette can cash in $25 prize for a double. And that's pretty good. She got on the front end all right. She's still open on the mark. We'll take another look at this shot here. If we get back there, we
Oh, she's got a...
That expression you saw in Annette's face when the wood hit the pin there, she was kind of hoping it might knock it into the 7. Remember, though, she's still in the strike, so these count double. Oh, look at that. That's a great effort. She said, wait a minute now. The 10 went and the 7 didn't. This doesn't make sense. The 10 was supposed to be the...
What's going on?
It's all right, Annette. You got 9 in the mark. That was a good count. The other side now. They're sitting at 112 right now with a frame to come. Ooh, that's kind of tough. A pressure shot here for Annette Tanner. She kind of backs off and going to take a little rest. Get the bowling ball she wants.
Are you watching that? What's she doing? Talking to the ball?
I wasn't going to mention that, but she's giving it the guidance it will need to get the job done down there. I mean, those bowling balls are not that intelligent. If you don't tell them where they want to go, sometimes they stray. So you got to make it clear where you want the thing to go.
Everybody and their little habits.
Absolutely, yeah. I know a nun who had a real nice habit. Anyway, that's a 118 for Annette Tanner. Right over your head, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
But anyway.
Trust me, it didn't.
All right, Cynthia Schofield now. This is not easy. Cynthia would really like to get something going here. And just a little thin. Wrap around, a little too far. Cynthia and her partner, Gordie Langell, sitting currently in 4th place. And that's not going to help. Go to the other side.
Boy, it's not the greatest breaks in the world, but it's not a real bad leave.
No, but she comes off the side of the wood. It might be. You can't tell if that dead wood is touching on the 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm just wondering. It may miss the 9 pin.
Yeah.
We shall see, because I know she is going to use that wood.
She gets down too low too. She can't get over and get the 10, so she has to get up high in the wood, and that'll. I don't know. It's going to be a little tough, I think.
See what she does. She on the wood?
Yes. Yeah. Wasn't touching the 9. And the angle being up high enabled her to carry the 4 pin. And there is the 9 for Cynthia Schofield. So with that, her and her partner, Gordie Langell, check in at the half at 90. Now, Jane Benedict. Side is Jane. Jane Benedict used to have a brother called, they used to call Eggs. Why? Eggs Benedict?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the action. Wow.
You just
great shot there at the ceiling.
You really think these are all just zooming over top, don't you?
A little concerned when she let that go, and I saw the ceiling. I said, oh my goodness. Not up to the ceiling, Jane. Off the side. Good count of 7 there. Good chance to mark here with the 1-2-4. I don't know. It's just something in the air here tonight. Somebody put some laughing gas in the air exchanger here at the Super Bowl.
There's Sparky on the right of your screen. Official scorekeeper.
Well, I don't know. We've got 2. We've got Sparky at one end and...
oh, maybe she's just filling in her own fact sheet there.
Actually, no. What happened, I think, was that Sparky wanted to do the scorekeeping, and so we said, okay, go ahead. But the fact of the matter is we didn't really trust her, so we made sure that she had a backup in Peggy.
Oh, okay.
So, but don't tell Helen I said that. It's a 98 for Jane Benedict and her partner, Brad Given. Tonya Holt now. Boy, she's, mess of wood. I kind of like this shot a little bit.
Yeah.
Should be just a little bit to the left of the pin. Come off the wood on the second piece of wood. This could be all right. Oh.
Wow. Now she's in a bit of a mess.
Yeah. So really has to make sure she's on that 3 pin now. And, oh, get over on the wood.
That hurt a little.
So there's a 7 box for Tonya Holt. She goes to the other side. He's down. Looking ball there. Even Helen SLAUNWHITE couldn't scream that one over.
Well, she's got 2 pieces of wood, one in front of the 9-pin, which is squat.
Yeah.
She's got a piece of wood about halfway up in front of the 7-pin, and that's the one she's going to have to go on.
Yeah. Yeah, the furthest one out, or the one nearest the camera. Here's the shot. Goes that way, gets down deep. She's got it. Yes. You got it. So now she gets to throw the bonus. That's a nice mark.
That was a wee bit of a pressure shot.
Yeah, she gets a strike here. Should be tied for first. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah. Lays it down. Off to the side. Only one. Well, it is a bonus pin, as all 4 teams now have arrived at the halfway mark in our first semifinal match. First of 2, of course, our Frame Plus Art Mixed Candlepin Championship. We'll be back with a score summary and our Presents Bowling for Bucks right after this. All numbers. This, of course, after the first string of 2, the 2 top teams to move into the championship round, and a good start for Annette Tanner, Barry Soward.
Yeah, a very good start for Annette and Barry, and Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE sitting at 109. They're in second spot. Cynthia and Gordie, or I should say Jane and Brad, sitting at 98. They're 11 pins back, and Cynthia and Gordie are sitting at 90. They're 19 pins back. So it's still anybody's match. 10 frames left to go.
Absolutely. Now, we've looked at the numbers, but I tell you, the team in first place is Tanner and Soward, and that means they are going to bowl in the Presents Bowl for Bucks. If you want to play the game after today, there are only 2 more opportunities, but there up on the screen you see the address, Presents Bowling for Bucks, care of the Bedford Sackville Super Bowl, 300 Sackville Drive, and postal code B4C2R6. And there up on the screen also is the name of the at-home viewer that Annette Tanner is going to start things off with in our Presents Bowling for Bucks. It'll be Annette first, and if necessary, then Barry Soward will throw the second ball. So if she's all ready, let's go to Annette Tanner. And this is for talking to her partner there, getting some instruction. Right down the center, he said. Well, it has possibilities. That's the first ball. Now, this is for a $15 spare. Barry can get that. It's like a little conspiracy going on here.
Something going on.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Everything but. Then leaves it to Annette. Wait a minute now. No, I don't think it's going to have the velocity to take that. No, it's not. But a good setup for Annette here. It's bowling for bucks. She lays it down, and yes, it is. $10 to our at-home winner. Congratulations, and thank you very much to Annette Tanner and Barry Soward for playing the game on behalf of our at-home viewer. Well, 2 more editions of Presents Bowling for Bucks yet to come. Get your cards or letters in, or drop them off here at the Super Bowl. Get 2 more chances to be a winner. Well, we've got teams right now, 4 of them, in fact, that would like to be winners today, or even second would be good enough, because first and second will advance the teams to the championship round. Let's take a look at the numbers at the halfway mark and see how they stack up once again. If we have a quick look, well, maybe we can't have that quick look. But anyway, there they are. Just quickly, in case you wanted to write them down, Tanner and Howard at 118, and that should be Soward. Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE at 109. And 98 for Benedict and Given, and 90 for Schofield and Langille. That is the situation. Let's get back to the action. Action that will see the men bowl first as Barry Soward gets up to bowl through the first couple of frames in string number 2. So Barry Soward. He is there, folks. Trust me. There he is. A moment ago on the Presents Bowling for Bucks, and now it's for himself.
That's gone.
He's got it. Wood came rolling back, and Barry Soward gets his second strike of the day. So Soward and Tanner along very nicely. $25 double is what Barry's thinking about right now. And he hit pretty good. Pins didn't really
go the way he wanted them to, that's for sure. Be in on the 3 and the 6, or I should say, they've got the 3's gone. So we'll try the 2 and 4. Oh, on the 2, but took that straight through. Now, I think going to be on that wood.
Yeah, he's got that Liz Taylor pin in the middle. You'll see it in a minute. Got the beauty spot on it. See it right there? That's a 7 for Barry. So only 5 in the strike, 7 in the box. And that'll bring up Gordie Langille. Gordie and his partner. 19 pins go to second place, and that's where they've got to be. We would like to start the second string off with something big here. Off the side. Ooh, that's a rough one. Even the wood is leaving town. That is just a tough shot. Or the 5, 6, or at least 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
Either split the 5, 9 or split the 4, 7.
Not a bad try. And he gets a single pin there. The other side for Gordie Langille. Next week, our second semifinal. Paulette White and Stevie Webb, Heather Smith, Jeff Sampson, Shirley-Ann Williams and Mike Pescott, and Gloria Williams and Graham Lassen. That's the lineup. Boy, that should be an interesting one.
Yeah. Could prove to be quite interesting.
And after that, there'll be one more match in the series, and that'll be the championship match. So we are really getting down to it now.
Just 2 weeks left after tonight.
Yeah. Gordie's struggling here a little bit. It's the 1, 6, and 10. After the 6 and 10 gets both of those, and gives over that with a 9. Brad giving up now. Brad, his teammate Jane Benedict, are 11 pins out of second place. 11 pins out of second.
Not a bad ball
there. He wants this wood to hang around. Well, it's just not that good a piece of wood. Get way out to the right-hand side and try to chip the 6 into the 7. This is a very tough shot. Straight on the pin. Now with good wood, he should pick up the 10. And he does.
Nice ball.
There, wow. Gets 9 and shakes the 10. He wants this, yeah. Oh. Channel. I'll go after the 10 for 10. Got it. Got a Charlie SLAUNWHITE. Charlie starting off the second string for his team of SLAUNWHITE and HOLT. time looking at the horseman plus the 8, isn't it? Bearing down and close.
Well, a 1 pin and 10 pin remain. Nice 10.
Well, that is a nice 10 for Charlie SLAUNWHITE. And he goes to the other side. Bang, big hit. Charlie, they're all gone. I tell you what, the bowlers are responding to the crowd, and the crowd are responding to the bowlers here at the Super Bowl, and that's really great stuff. Now, the top of the order, Charlie's still getting the high fives. Now he's passing the hat. Wait a minute, Charlie, you can't do that. Annette Tanner cuts the ball in. It's a good 7-pin drop there. Look at the piece of wood turning. Well, backing off that piece of wood now. It's just not as easy as it might have looked a minute ago. No wood there now. There you see it, the 258. And yep, she's got it. It just took a little bit. So another mark for the Tanner SOWARD team. Another big hit here and a count of 8 on that mark.
Well,
left a 6 and the 8.
Boys, I don't know. Double wood, it acts funny. Oh,
well,
it was double.
Changing. Things are changing here as we speak. The Elizabeth Taylor pin down there with the beauty mark
just kicked Richard Burton out of the house.
Split up again. Yeah, another split. Anyway, yeah, she can use that wood certainly now. I'll just get right over on the pin. I really think she was trying to get on the end of the wood. So Annette gets 8 on the mark. She gets 10 in the box. And that brings up Cynthia Schofield. Now Schofield and Langille and Benedict and Given have got to be a little concerned. The other two teams putting up some marks on the board. 40 pins out of first.
Nice ball. Not a bad drop.
Langille, yeah.
5-9.
That's a nice hit there for Cynthia Schofield. She goes to the other side. A little bit of a climb now. The 21 pins out of second place. The second place team have a strike ball working. Of course, Cynthia now has the spare working. Single ball here. To the side, though. She really wanted to load that up. 4 on the mark.
1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9.
Oh, look at this. She down cleans the plate and gets the 10. Jane Benedict up once again. There's a real nice lady. As are, I'm sure, all the bowlers who take part in our competition.
Yep.
But easy going.
Get the odd sour one.
You gonna name names here?
No.
I'll wait for the book to come out, will I? You'll never bowl in this town again. No.
She knows I'm only
Yeah.
right off the bat. What's this? You're gonna name names.
You'll be making the talk show circuits and everything. Now tell me, Mr. Wyman, give me a little inside dope into this bowling industry.
You're gonna name.
What's Helen SLAUNWHITE really like? Does Charlie SLAUNWHITE really like the pressure? Not a bad idea. I can see it now in the supermarkets, right in the front page of the tabloids. Bowling broadcaster bears all. Yep, I can see it now. Wyman back SLAUNWHITE in cream pie fiasco. Tonya Holt up now. She is open on a strike that Charlie SLAUNWHITE picked up in the second. Double strike here for earn Tonya Holt. $25 in bonus money.
Oh. Well, she's working on that strike, so yeah. She's got another ball to play with.
Good wood coming back. That's a good count of 9. Wood coming way up the lane. We may have to get that one removed. It is coming way up the lane. Look out. We're going to get that one removed. There you see it. So Gloria Williams, our lob and foul line judge, is, well, it's going to look at now it stopped. So yes, it definitely will be removed as Tonya waits. There's Tonya.
She gingerly goes down, picks up the wood.
Yeah. So Tonya Holt here. Right on the pin. To the other side now. After this frame, there will be only 6 frames per team to count. And you know, as attention builds because they are one step away from the final here.
Yep.
Oddly enough, the atmosphere here at the Super Bowl is very relaxed. It's gone the opposite way you might have thought it would have gone. As it progressed, the bowlers might have got a lot more tighter, but it didn't seem to happen here. Of course, there have been bowlers that have told us it's that first match that is the toughest. Once you get by there, you say, well, you know, at least I got by the first round.
There's nothing to this game.
Yeah, but they say, I don't like to get knocked out in the first round. Couple of tough ones here for Tonya Holt. Lays it down, gets 1, and takes the 9. All right, there are 6 frames to go in this match. And indeed, it's getting interesting. We're going to come back, show you the scoreboard, and roll on through frames 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll do that after these messages.
Frame Plus Art Candlepin Challenge is sponsored in part by Frame Plus Art, a major supplier of artwork in the metro area, and Fazant Building Products, an involved and active community member for over 25 years, building our homes and building our community.
Welcome back once again to the Super Bowl. 6 frames per team to go as we kind of wind down this first of 2 semifinals. This week and next week will determine what bowlers move into our championship final match. Let's take a look at the numbers once again and remind you once again also there are only 6 frames per bowler to come, and we remind you also that you've got to add these numbers together. The number in the lower right-hand box where the names are, that's the score from the first string. Add that to the total through the first 4 frames of the second string, and when you do all that, you find our leaders are sitting at 168, Annette Tanner and Barry Soward, but now not that far off the pace, only 11 pins at Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE.
Yep, they're sitting in second spot right now, and tied for that all-important third spot, trying to chase down second, is Cynthia Schofield, Gordie LANGILLE, and Jane Benedict, and Brad Givens sitting at 132, so they're only
25 pins.
25 pins, yep, back
off the pace, which with 6 frames to go, it's certainly not insurmountable, but both those teams are going to have to put some marks up on the board if they hope to grab at least second place here. Let's get back to the action and take a look at Barry Soward now as he gets up the bowl through frames 5 and 6 of the second string. Barry Soward. He had a strike in the 7th frame that brought him a case of Coke. That's for the first string. Then he had a strike again to open the second string. That team in total has had 6 marks through the first 14 frames. Not bad at all. They are our leaders.
Trying to get a little English and move that pin up.
Directing traffic up there a little bit.
Boy.
Barry here. It's a single pin. Now we'll take it to the other side. Barry Soward gets his 3rd strike in this competition today. That'll bring up Gordie LANGILLE. Gordie LANGILLE here. Really would like to get something going. I want to thank Gordie's wife for dropping off to us that little man that's holding his leg after having hit by the bowling ball. And look at this. So we say thank you, Sheila, and I know you're excited about that as Gordie picks up this bear there. Gordie LANGILLE comes up with a big mark. Now, see if that can kind of bring to life the LANGILLE Schofield team. That first time I looked at that one, I was lucky. I thought it was a fireman. Bang. That is too bad. 5 of the mark.
What, that Lucky's a fireman?
No. No. Boy, he's taking a long time looking at this one. He has a piece of wood out in front. There's what he's looking at.
Well, I don't know if I'd use the wood or not. I saw if I may win on the 2-4 if it was me.
Of course, down to the right-hand side of the wood. That was just not great wood.
No,
it's great leave all.
It'd be kind of hard to get the wood to come back. I mean, all it was going to do was go straight ahead.
I thought he might try to get off the left-hand piece of the wood onto the pins and then try to bring the wood back.
There's where I would have.
There's a nice shot there.
Nice 10.
Yeah. He's thinking that now. Maybe I should have went that way. It was maybe a tough call all in all. Brad Givens up now. He would like to get something going too because his team is 25 pins out of 2nd place. Off to the left-hand side though. Brad Given and his partner Jane Benedict came up with a big match in quarterfinal play.
There it is.
There's a big hit there. That's right. Big mark. Hit a 116 to 131 for a 247 total. See if this is the start of the charge now. Oh. Boy, well, he counts 8 on that, but I would have thought maybe 8 or 9 were going to go in a hurry there.
Well, possibly now. He could bring this wood off the wall on the right there.
It's a good try. And he gets the 10. Charlie SLAUNWHITE steps up now. Every time I say that, I want to get into my old baseball routine. Charlie SLAUNWHITE steps up now, batting 247. 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. But this is bowling.
There it is. What a break.
I'll tell you something about Charlie. It took him a long time to perfect that.
Didn't knock his teeth out, right?
Kissing the bowling ball. He went through at least 3 sets of dentures.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many bowling balls. You can do it, Kenny. And close there. And Charlie's going to watch this show sometime. And
we're going to
never
die.
be able to use that style again. No, it's going to throw him off. Every time he does it,
every time he goes bowling somewhere, they hear everybody's watching.
Charlie, kiss that bowling ball. Charlie's the kind of guy you can have a lot of fun with. Of course, he'll have a lot of fun with you at your expense when the time comes, too. Scatters them around a little bit and a late falling 7 there. Oh, it's a 1, 2, and the 10 for Charlie. Set for this one. Bang. Close. All right, you guys want to take that microphone away from Charlie there? All right, that's the last time. Okay. Charlie sits down and gets weighed. 2. Annette Tanner back to the top of the order.
If he doesn't get you, Mother will.
Don't even want to think about that. This is Annette Tanner now. She's open on a strike. Double, bring $25. Looks like a pretty good hit, but a little too full. Well. Oh, yo, I can't believe that pin came off the kickback and danced around the 10.
Either can she.
Oh. There's been some strange ones here today. That's a good count of 9 for Annette on the strike. There. Continue to roll along quite nicely in the top spot. But 20 pins ahead of HOLT and SLAUNWHITE. And not reacting to the crowd there. I don't know. Everyone just seems in one of those moods here today. She wants to block this out and bear down. Now, you know, she's having trouble thinking about this shot. And, oh, just off to the right-hand side. A hush has settled over the crowd. That's a term that we cannot use today. No. No, that will not do it, Annette. It's not going down. Okay, let's have a look at Cynthia Schofield right now. Her team currently 20 pins out of second place. 4 frames to go. Bear down time for Cynthia Schofield, although it may not think it by looking at the expression on her face. Okay.
Well, they're all just having a ball here today. They really are.
Laughing gas in the air exchanger. It's got to be. There's a nice hit. You could get it. No, would come in behind.
As you said earlier, you would think you would see this in first round.
Yeah.
Kidding around. And when you're into the semifinal matches here,
one step away from the big time.
There is a lot of joking and going around on our part and on their part. And our part due to their part.
Yeah, well, that's right. One kind of plays off the other.
Yeah.
That's a big shot there for Cynthia Schofield. He's still kind of talking it up with some of the people. The only person in the building that's serious is Lynn McLean, and she's usually the joker. I don't know what's going on here today. Oh. Well, look at this. She might get some help. Well, that's an 8-pin count on the mark.
Well, they're putting a little rush on here.
Oh, yeah. She could convert this. That little rush would turn into a big rush. They're only down by 12 pins right now.
Yeah.
This shot has some possibilities, too.
Down on the wood.
Yeah. Oh, boy. She had that ball going over in the right direction. She wants to pick up the single pin here. Not to wish Tonya Holt any ill will, but if she dropped a few pins, the door would be open for Gordie LANGILLE. To the home, but anyway, We're going to take a look now at Jane Benedict. Her team, 17 pins, go to second place. So a mark or two here sure would change things. Oh, a couple of big pins down there for Jane now. Just bear down and make sure these two. And she does. To the other side. This is where Jane can really help her partner, Brad Given, if she can come up with a mark here. Well, the 4 horsemen to do it. Remember, he serves me correctly. Didn't she make this before? I think for a 10, maybe not a spare. Maybe it wasn't this series. Maybe it was another one. And maybe it wasn't really Jane Benedict at all. That's tough for Jane there. Well, she wants to make sure it gets deep in the 1-2 pocket. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, good 9.
Go to that with a 9. Tonya Holt now. Boy, a lot of pressure on her because both the teams of Schofield and Langille and Benedict Given are watching to see what Tonya does here. She drops a few pins. It would certainly help out their chances coming home in the final 2 frames. On the other hand, if she puts a mark or 2 up, it would be a crushing blow for them.
Well, piece of wood rolling. If it spins a little bit, which, ooh, boy.
Well, 1-2 pocket, you're going to be high on the wood.
Yeah, and then
carry
send
it over.
Back.
No. The big thing is she's pinning well right now. She's got a guaranteed 9 here. And she gets her 10. So certainly there, Tonya Holt gets her job done. Tonya, secretary over in the Burnside Park for Babcock's Wilcox Construction Company. Say hello to everybody over there. And again, oh yeah, big 9-pin count there.
She's bowling very well today.
Yeah, a break or 2 ago, she did say she liked to bowl. She likes to bowl under pressure, and she's proving it here because she's coming through under pressure. Gets a mark here, it's going to be tough for the other 2 teams to try and catch her for second. And she's got it. Yes. Tonya Holt comes up with a big spare in the 8th frame. Only 2 frames per team to come now. The men will be up to decide this, but only 2 to come, and that may have sounded the death knell for the teams of Schofield and Langille and Benedict and Given as Tanner and Sauer continue to roll along in first place. We're going to come back, show you the scoreboard, and conclude our first semifinal right after this.
To the Red Cross, your money is also precious because it takes more than blood to keep the cross red.
Welcome back once again to the Super Bowl. Just 2 frames per team to come. We're going to put our first 2 teams into the all-important big money championship round that comes up in just 2 weeks' time. This is really getting down to it now. Only 2 frames per team to come. We're going to put the numbers up on the scoreboard. You might want to grab pencil and paper and mark them down because, well, with 2 frames to come, we've got a couple of teams that could make a run at second place. You look at the number on the lower left-hand corner of the box with the names. That's the first string total. The second string total so far after 8 frames is on the right-hand side. Add them up. You'll see Tanner and Sauer leading at 216. That's 216 for Tanner and Sauer. 197 for Holt and SLAUNWHITE. We go down to the bottom, 197. But when Charlie gets up, he's going to be open on a spare. And a couple of teams in the middle at 184 and 179.
Yeah, that's right. It's not over yet. 2 boxes left. And,
no.
anything can happen.
Absolutely. It's Schofield and Langille at 184 and Benedict and Given at 179. So if you've got those marked down, you'll know that indeed it's a little tight. What, 13 pins for Schofield and Gordie Langille off the pace, and you can add 5 more onto that for the second team. But all in all, it could happen, but it is going to be a tough road to hoe for those third and fourth place teams. Let's get back to the action and see our top bowler right now, Barry Soward and his partner, Annette Tanner. That's the top team. Barry is up now to bowl through 9 and 10 to complete the second string for that team, and they look very strong now to move in to the championship round, a round that will feature a $1,000 prize for first place, $500 for second, and 3 and 1 for third and fourth. Here's Barry. Good hit there.
Piece of wood rolling out of the way. That's just going to roll off, I believe, and into the channel. Gone.
Again, let me give you those numbers. Benedict and Given, 18 pins out of second. Soward, or at least Schofield and Langille are 13 pins out of second. Keep in mind the second place team is open on a mark. Good piece of wood rolling in there for Barry Soward. He's got him. So the 2, 4, 5, and 7 for Barry. I give him Barry a hard time. I think it's John Kuhn. And gets a single pin there, so that's the 9 for Barry Soward. But with that, they check in the second string, 117. How about a 225, 235 rather. 2-string total, and that should be good enough.
Should be.
Now, this is Gordie Langille. He's got to think big time right now. Off the side. This team 13 pins out. He really has to have this one.
But he's got to look at that mark also that Charlie's going to be on.
Yeah. He's got to get a couple here and hope that Charlie punches or something. And, oh, he's missed on the right-hand side, and that could be it for Langille and Schofield.
Oh. Takes out the
1 for the 8 there. Gordie goes to the other side. Looks for the strike ball. On the right-hand side. Well, just not going to be for Cynthia Schofield and Gordie Langille this time. They made it through the opening round and into quarterfinal play here. But for half the quarterfinalists, the journey has to end, and fortunately it will for Langille and Schofield. And it doesn't look terrific for Given or Benedict either. Right, Given will be up shortly. This team 18 pins out. 2 frames to go. The team they're chasing open on a spare. A good round of applause for Gordie Langille. Checks in there with the 10. 2-string total of 202. Brad Given has to think strike. Certainly mark, but that's tough. It's a tough one. Well, for the first time in this competition, Looks like Charlie SLAUNWHITE may be up without any big-time pressure on his shoulders.
No.
Quarterfinal, or at least the opening round, he had to come up big. In the quarterfinal, he had to come up big again. Not going to be for Jane Benedict and Brad Given, but they bowled well in this series. They too, just to get in, had to qualify. That wasn't easy. Then fought through the first round, then into the quarterfinals and into the semifinals here as Brad lays it down. And Benedict and Given put up a 197. So now that's exactly what Charlie SLAUNWHITE's at right now. He needs only 5 pins in the next 2 frames, and he's open on the mark beside. So this time there's no pressure on Charlie SLAUNWHITE. John Kuhn. Getting the crowd going a little bit. Oh, Charlie through the middle. It's all right, Charlie. Doesn't matter. Charlie says, I can't bowl in the frames 9 and 10 without some pressure. That's what the problem is there. And bang. Right-hand side. It's a 9 for Charlie.
I thought Helen was over here.
You might have lost the light there.
Yeah, I did.
1, 2, or at least 1, 3, 6, and the 8. Charlie SLAUNWHITE works through the final frame here. Two of our finalists, rather, have been determined. And this is the final ball of our semifinal. Bang, single pin. That's an 8 for Charlie SLAUNWHITE. Good enough, though, for he and his partner, Tonya Holt, to move on, as well as Annette Tanner and Barry Soward. A very, very interesting match indeed. Some excellent shot making, a lot of marks up on the board, and the first and second place team certainly full marks for their victory. Just before we take a look at the numbers, once again, with only 2 chances left, we remind you that Pezant's Bowling for Bucks continues in our second semifinal next week. If you want to get in on the action, drop us a line. Pezant's Bowling for Bucks care of the Bedford-Sackville Super Bowl. We're at number 300 Sackville Drive. Postal code is B4C2R6. Drop us a line, and we'd like to hear from you. Or drop by the Super Bowl with your card or letter, and we'll drop it in the mailbox. Maybe next week you'll get a chance to take part in our Pezant's Bowling for Bucks. Boy, you got to give full marks to Annette Tanner and Barry Soward, who bowled strong all afternoon or all evening, and Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE, who bowled well also, only finished 15 pins behind them. That's right.
Scores already, I believe, and there we'll have a look at them and see what kind of totals they did put together. Sitting in first spot, Annette Tanner and Barry Soward. 118, 117 for 235 double. Then Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE put together 109 and a 111 for 220. And Cynthia Schofield and Gordie Langille, 90 and 112 for 202. And finally, Jane Benedict and Brad Given put together a 98 99 for 197. And unfortunately, those 2 teams just couldn't get things together today. Cynthia and Gordie had 4 marks, and Jane and Brad only had 3. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah. You know, you have your days, and you have your days.
Just wasn't a day, I guess, for Schofield, Langille, Benedict, or Given. But it certainly was for Annette Tanner and her partner, Barry Soward, and Tonya Holt and Charlie SLAUNWHITE. Those 2 teams, rather, have found spots in that big final that comes up in 2 weeks' time, a final that will produce a first place prize, rather, of $1,000. Second place money of $500, and third place money of $300, and $100 for fourth. 2 teams are in. 2 more teams will be decided next week with 8 teams, at least 4 teams, 8 bowlers set to go. And Dave Wyman, you have the names.
Oh, yeah, I've got the names. First leading off Paulette White, Steve Webb next week, followed by Heather Smith and Jeff Sampson, then Shirley Ann Williams and Mike Peskett. Finally, Gloria Williams and Graham Lassam will round out that field. And boy, have we got a match to go next week.
Star-studded cast there also, just like this week. Well, we certainly hope you enjoyed our first semifinal, and will join us next week for our second and final semifinal as we set up the final overall in our Frame Plus Art Mixed Candlepin Challenge. We certainly enjoyed bringing the show to you and hope you'll join us next week. In the meantime, I'm Bruce Stephen for Dave Wyman and all the Shaw Cable crew saying so long for now.